Hey everyone, Jameson here doing another Nexus 6P case review. Today we have the MoKo anti-drop case for the Nexus 6P. I've got the same version here, just different colors, and yeah, it's a polycarbonate / TPU design. So I'm going to go over the pros and cons and maybe a little bit of both, and yeah, I'll be taking questions if you want to drop a comment like right off the bat. I'd love to hear it. So I'm just going to set this aside and give you the basic rundown on the construction. As we're seeing with a lot of cases these days, it's made of two parts. You have the hard polycarbonate backing and the soft TPU that actually touches the phone. Both of these combine around your phone and protect it from drops and kicks and whatever you're doing with your phone. So before we jump right into it, you may have already deduced that this is a thicker style phone case. It's not one of these sleek and elegant ones, and frankly, that's part of the charm of this. That's why I got it. I'll cover more of that later. For now, we're just going to pop the phone in there. So this is one of the easiest cases I've had to install for the 6P. And it's not like any of them are difficult or anything, but this really just slips right in there. And I like the way they design this. So the TPU goes on first, obviously, and I do have it in the right orientation there, so that's a plus. And this is a very, very, very soft TPU. It could almost just fall right off there, which is why you have the polycarbonate shell. This kind of acts as a locking mechanism to keep that TPU locked in place so it doesn't slip off. And I was a bit skeptical, but it is on there. As long as you have this polycarbonate locked in place, your phone's not going anywhere, so I do trust it quite a bit with that. Going around the edge of the phone, we have the headphone port, your power and volume rocker, and your USB-C cutout. It's important to note that all these ports have ample size around them, and even if you have a gigantic cable, you can push this out of the way and accommodate anything you can throw at it. It's very soft TPU, which is great because that's something that manufacturers were not necessarily getting right when cases first hit the market for the Nexus 6P. Oh, and we probably shouldn't forget the fingerprint reader on the rear of the phone. This is actually twice as large as it needs to be, which is great because it is a thick case, so you don't have to push your finger in there. You can actually just lay it on the reader, and it just feels very natural. Really nice design there. The power and volume rockers are pretty much recessed to the point where it's almost level with the polycarbonate, and I wasn't sure how I felt about that at first, but it makes sense being there. It's not recessed to the point where you can't feel it, but they're not sticking out to where it's going to catch on your pocket or something, which is important when you have a phone this big, so I like that. And the TPU, being very soft, I was worried that I was kind of going to lose the clickiness and everything, but it actually does a surprisingly good job of being clicky. I'm going to make sure you can hear this. Okay, that doesn't really prove anything, but I just like doing it. So yeah, going on to just general impressions of this thing. So it's I'm not going to call it fat. It's a larger, more full-figured case. I'll give it that, which is great because I was traveling recently, and on the airplane, I could hold my phone for 3 hours at a time, not get hand cramps, and just play video games. Or when I was taking pictures, I wouldn't get hand cramps holding it up, using my phone as a dedicated camera, which is great. I love this for that. It was perfect. Maybe not my everyday case, but if I'm out and about or borrowing this to my child or something that I don't have, that would be useful to have. Although if you've got a very destructive kid, you might want to get one of the really armored up cases, and MoKo does have a line of accessories for the 6P, so you might want to check that out. But in general, I'm liking this. I can't really find a con other than, you might not want it this big. And gripping the phone for long periods of hours is really helped by the grippy pattern on the back, and that's black on all models that I've seen so far. So there you go. If you're interested in a more durable Nexus 6P case for under $10, this is definitely something to check out. And if you're interested, please use my affiliate links in the description below. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me buy new equipment for this channel so I can do more reviews. This has been Jameson with TechSeeker.net. Catch you next time, guys.